let me show you how to work Kitchener stitch. A great technique when you have live stitches that you would like to join. For example, at the tip of your toe on a sock, at the top of a mitten, shoulder stitches, or at the top of a hood. First of all, you want to put your remaining stitches on 2 needles, and you want the same amount of stitches on both needles. So here I have 8 stitches on my front needle, 8 stitches on my back needle. I have the working yarn here attached to the back needle. I have a tail approximately 10 to 12 inches long that I have put on a darning needle. I will begin working into the stitches on my front needle. So this is how I position my hands. I will let the working yarn come in underneath my 2 needle tips, and I will first push these stitches to the tip of my needle here in the front. I will go through the first stitch as if to knit it, so also called knitwise. You go like this into the stitch and slip it off. Then you move your needle so that you can go into your second stitch purlwise, as if to purl. You go in this direction here into the second stitch, and then you pull the strand through and you tighten up a little bit. Pull that needle tip out a little bit and move to your back needle. Working yarn goes underneath your needle tips. Here in the back, you will go through the first stitch purlwise, as if to purl, and slip it off. Then go into the second stitch as if you would knit it. So knitwise, like that, and then pull the strand through and tighten. Pull out that tip and go back to the first stitch again. So now we are going to repeat what we just did again here. We will, on the front needle, go into the first stitch knitwise and slip it off. Second stitch purlwise and pull the yarn through. Move to the back needle. Go through the first stitch purlwise, slip it off, next stitch knitwise, and pull the yarn through and tighten. Bring the working yarn under your needle tips and go back to your first front needle again. So what I keep repeating for myself by doing this now, this repetition, is that I will knit and purl, purl and knit, and then tighten. So always slip the first stitch off and leave the second stitch on. So again, we will knit, purl, purl, knit. Knit, purl, purl, knit. Knit, purl, purl, knit. So on the front needle, I start with a knit, and on the back needle, I start with the purl. So I'm working my way across. I've reached the last 2 stitches on each needle. Again, I will knit, purl, tighten, purl, knit, and tighten. And now I have only 2 stitches left here now, and I will simply pull my needles out of those 2 stitches and then tighten up. I'm wiggling my fabric to smooth things out a little bit. And now let's take a look. I'm putting my hands into my piece here now so I can show you the beautiful transition here now, where you can see what we've been doing is creating stitches that links the front and the back across like this. So now to weave in the end here, we will go to the side and we will take a look. Pull a little bit on that strand. As you can see, I'm pulling. You see it's coming out of that last stitch that we pulled it through. Now I'm going to put the needle down right outside the loop of that stitch and into the inside. So just go down right next to the stitch that the strand are coming out to the inside. And then my hand here on the inside is now helping me pull that strand into the inside. And so with that, and then stretching out a little thing, now you can see how nicely that joined up here at the tip of my sock that I have here. Then, as always, with the strands on the inside, you'll just weave it in along the side of your toe. And that's how you work Kitchener stitch.